Welcome back to Cougar Field at Chatham High School in Chatham, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse. We're at halftime, and if you're just tuning in, not the score you'd want if you're a Pope John fan. The Chatham Cougars leading Pope John 10-1. 4 goals by Kyle Gibney, 4 goals by Nicholas Lagunowicz, and Chatham has just been crisp. They've been on point, and the only goal coming from Pope John in this game, Peyton Fox, when the game was 8-1. It was a goal about 3-4 minutes ago in the second quarter. Nice shot past John-Luke Marlin, the goalkeeper for Chatham, but only 1 goal so far for Pope John, and we will see how they respond as they come into the second half. Let's go over the Pope John roster again, just to give you a little bit of an update as far as if you haven't been following the lacrosse team throughout the year, and this way you get to know who the players are. So we start with number 1, Andrew Sanchez. Number 2, Magnus Bars. Number 3, Anthony Schnabel. Number 4, Peyton Fox. Number 5, Jack Galucci. Number 6, Sam Canetta. Number 7, Travis Heller. Number 8, Matthew Sledge. Number 9, Mikey Ramirez. Number 10, Vic Fiore. 11 is Hunter Perillo. 12, Nick Michello. 13, Justin Perella. 15, Johnny Pippa. 16, Amir Young. 17, Connor Clifford. 18, Evan Wyatt. 19, Mike Marston. 20, Hayden Marshall. 21, Matthew Riley. 22, Andrew Gallant. 23, Brody Pillock. 24, Zach Cash. 25, Jonathan Brugna. 26, Chris Sabella. 27, Emilio Barranco. 28, Jacob Post. 29, Aiden DeLivo. 30, Steve Leonard. 32, Nick Boyanowski. Number 50, Sutton Fullwood. 51, Andrew Jessamaria. The goalkeepers, number 31, Michael Formasano. Number 55, Owen Houle. And the senior goalkeeper, number 52, Daniel O'Leary. The president of the Catholic Academy of Sussex County is Father Michael Parisi. The principal of Pope John High School is Gene Emmering. Athletic director, Brian McAleer. The athletic trainers, Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. And the head coach of the Pope John Lions boys lacrosse team is Joe Della Fera. I'm Mike Formasano. We are here live at Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey. It's 10-1 Chatham, but we start the second half, and Pope John can just as easily flip the script in this second half as they had it done to them in the first. So we'll wait and see what happens. Mikey Ramirez will take the face-off against number 33 for Chatham, Colton Walsh. The Lions in their white jerseys with gold numbers trimmed by blue, and blue shorts with the golden domes. The golden helmets, they're going right to left on your screen. They're 6-0 on the season, looking to stay undefeated. They got work to do. Chatham 5-1 on the year. And they're blue jerseys, white shorts, blue helmets, going left to right. Here we go. Opening face-off. Ramirez and Walsh. Ball's on the turf. Scrum for it. A couple of players come in from each squad, and it is pulled away by number 14 for Chatham, Trip Connor. Pass over to Gibney. Kyle Gibney with 4 goals in that first half. Gibney will pass it down to Grosso. Grosso now back around. Lagunowicz. Up top to Leahy. Now to Gibney. Back to Leahy. Number 10 coming in, Quinn Grosso. Lagunowicz. Over to Gibney on the right. Pope John defense right now. Ramirez, Bars. Matthew Riley, number 21. Also number 8, Matthew Sledge. Gibney with the low shot score. Kyle Gibney, his 5th goal of the game. Make it 11-1 Chatham. The goal comes 54 seconds into the third quarter. Kyle Gibney, his 5th, to make it 11-1. So Ramirez will take the draw again. It'll be Ramirez and Walsh. Here's the face-off. It's won by Walsh, pushed forward. Trying to scoop it up. The Pope John defense having none of that. Anthony Schnabel, but it goes right to the cross of Gibney, who gets flattened by Bars. Bars is going to get called for that. Schnabel gives it back to O'Leary, and he's whistled, and so Bars is going to go off. Looked like a hockey cross check for Magnus Bars there on Kyle Gibney. He puts him on the turf. Gibney's back up. So Bars will go off for a penalty. Chatham with a power play. Tomorrow, 8 a.m., and it's going to be all day long on Facebook Live on our channel called Pope John Athletics Lions and Junior Lions. We're going to have the Riverlax tournament from Delaware Valley High School in Milford, Pennsylvania. It's for the 7th and 8th grade and 5th and 6th grade junior Lions for lacrosse. So all day. They'll have 4 games. We'll have 3 of each team. So there's 8 games total, 4 for each, 7th and 8th and 5th and 6th. We'll cover the first games against Abington Heights, the Comets, at 8 and 8:30, and then the final games against Scranton. And Scranton and Pope John for 5th, 6th, and 7th and 8th. Lugunovich with the shot, score. Just inside the bottom left post, a bounce shot that back past O'Leary. 10:35 to go in the third quarter, and Chatham ups their lead to 12-1. Nice low shot by Lugunovich. That's his 5th goal of the game as well. So Gibney with 5, Lugunovich with 5. Please stay with us after this game. We'll have the JV game for you. Pope John JV looking to up their record from 4-2 to 5-2. They'll take on Chatham JV after this. Totally new game. We don't know how good or bad Chatham JV is. So it could be anything. You know, we saw that with the Scotch Plains Fanwood. You know, the varsity's good, but the JV team was really good. And Pope John had a problem with them as far as the JV is concerned. They lost 7-2. Here's Grosso over to Gibney. So this varsity team for Chatham, obviously very talented, obviously deserving of their ranking. Probably should be a little higher, if you're asking me. But we just don't know about the JV team, so we'll see. Pope John in the next game. Gibney with the shot, high left, just left of the cross of the goalpost by about a foot. So anyway, I was saying yesterday about, or I was saying a little earlier about the Riverlax tournament up in Milford. It's an exciting tournament. I've covered it before with the Junior Lions the past few years, and there's a ton of teams from Northeast Pennsylvania and from Northern New Jersey, Sussex County, and I think a couple from Warren or maybe Hunterdon. Anyway, Abington Heights usually is there. Back Mountain is there. Scranton. So Pope John will have 4 games each for the 7th and 8th grade and for the 5th and 6th. And 3 of those, they'll be back-to-back on the field, so we can cover those games. We'll miss 1 of each, but you just take a lunch break during that. Anyway, from 8 a.m. to about 3 in the afternoon. So we'll come back on 6 times on the Facebook Live channel. So if you haven't joined already, just go to Facebook Live. Here's a shot, score by Lugunovich. His 6th goal of the game. It hit the crossbar and bounced in. 13-1 Chatham over Pope John. Now we have a running clock. 8:40 and counting in the third quarter. Chatham has opened up a 13-1 lead. You can expect a lot of things coming into action for a day. But after the way that Pope John had played against Sparta, Newton, and then Scotch Plains Fanwood, I'm sure they expected a tough battle against Chatham. I don't think they expected this. Anyway, real quick, and I'll close up that thought about the Riverlax. Facebook Live, Pope John Athletics Lions and Junior Lions. If you have any questions about it, just post on the board and everything, and find me, and I'll let you know how to log into it. But you just got to go ahead and click join. I'll accept it, all before tomorrow's game. It's a private group because of the middle schoolers and so forth, so I have to approve it. But click on join. I'll approve it. And you'll be able to see all the games tomorrow from the Riverlax tournament. Gibney with the shot goes wide left. Chatham's closest. Lugunovich racing over to get it. Then on this channel, on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube on Monday, we'll be back at the baseball diamond. Not at Pope John, we'll be at Montville High School. It'll be Pope John and Montville for boys baseball, weather permitting, of course, Monday. Then Wednesday, we'll be back at Pope John High School. The boys lacrosse team taking on West Morris. And then I don't think anything else is scheduled until Saturday. Here's a shot by Leahy, and it goes wide right, goes out of bounds. Chatham's closest. They'll start up with it again. O'Leary holding the post nice there and make sure Leahy didn't get a shot in the inner post. Now to pass behind. Over to Quinn Grosso. Over to Gibney. Gibney being defended by Ramirez. Pass in front. Leahy. Now Quinn Grosso with the shot wide left. Goes out of bounds. Chatham will hold. 6:36 to go here. 13-1. Chatham leads. Yeah, I think there's a road game next Saturday for the boys lacrosse team too at Madison. So, the benefit of having these early games and playing through the conditions, I understand why games are rained out and you do what you have to do, and it's But the boys lacrosse team having a chance of being able to play in these conditions and not having to cancel gives us more opportunity to cover these early games. That's why the boys lacrosse team's been on so much. Here's the shot by Leahy, goes out of bounds. We will definitely get to more of the girls softball and girls lacrosse games and even the boys baseball as we go on into May and some nicer weather. I'm excited to get out to all those games. It's just the boys lacrosse has had these games on the schedule, whereas the other teams have not. That's why I think we've covered every game of the boys lacrosse, varsity and JV so far. So we've been fortunate they've been here. Today's game notwithstanding, it's been a real pleasure watching them build a 6-0 start, really seeing a very talented team that head coach Joe Delaferro has put together. But there are days like this, and that is what Pope John is experiencing today. I think it's a very talented Chatham Cougar team with two high-profile scorers, Kyle Gibney and Nicholas Lagunowicz. Good goaltending by Jean-Luc Marlin as well. Here's a pass down below to Gibney. Now to Dunn. Over to Grosso. Back to Gibney. Here's Lagunowicz. Look to fire. He pulls it off past the Leahy. Now over to Grosso. Oh, backhand shot by Leahy, and it goes wide. Trying to look flashy there. Lagunowicz. Pass over to Grosso. Now to Gibney. Down low to Dunn. He missed wide right. Shot had a bit of a curve to it there, too. It looked like it was going towards the corner of the net, and then it hooked to right and was outside. 4:09 to go, third quarter. Dunn passes it out to Gibney. Pops out of Laguna's cross and stolen away by Jack Colucci. And that's the thing, Pope John, they're very talented. And if Chatham makes a mistake, Pope John jumps on it. So don't think for a second that this is the Lions just not being as good a team. It's just things have broken for them today. They're a very talented team. It's just Chatham, when they're at their best, are an excellent, excellent squad. And you see it. There's just this precision in the way they play. The offense finds holes. They're looking for it now, circling around. Lagunowicz, pass to Gibney. There's a hole. Gibney with the shot, wide left. But Gibney doesn't usually miss, and he missed there. And O'Leary with a, good presence in the net, too, being able to block much of that net and hold the post. And he moves laterally very well for a goalkeeper. His stick handling is terrific. I mean, O'Leary really has a lot of pluses in his game. You look at the score, you go, 13-1. Well, it must have been the goaltender's fault. No. The Heller's getting swiped away by three players there. No call. We play on. Here's Canetta over to Heller. Now over to Ramirez. Ramirez. Pass back to Heller. Now swipe to the midfield line and over. Heller's down. We're going to call time. He gets a handout from Sam Canetta. 2:12 to go, third quarter. Substitutions coming in. Again, please stay with us after this game. We'll be on a new feed, of course, here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. We'll start up the JV game. Pope John JV against Chatham JV right after this here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. So Pillock will scoop it up and get started. Minute 47 to go, third quarter. Peyton Fox, the lone goal for Pope John so far. Ramirez on the left. Now to Fox. Down low to Heller. Over to Pillock. Pillock will give it to Ramirez. Ramirez winding. Over to Gallucci. Back to Ramirez up top. Down low to Canetta, the shot. Score! Beautiful goal by Sam Canetta with an even better pass from Mikey Ramirez. Canetta puts it into the top left corner past Jean-Luc Marlin. And it's 13-2 Chatham over Pope John. A nice goal by Sam Canetta with a great pass from Mikey Ramirez. When Pope John is on their game, you see that a lot. So now, clock running with 47 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Ramirez will take the draw. And it's won by number 20, and that is Christian Chicola. Here's Gibney. Ramirez on him. On the right, number 12, Alex McWilliams to Gibney. Down low to Ryan Grosso. Pass over to Dunn. Now Allen. Dunn. Down low, the shot, score. Number 15, Ryan Grosso, the senior, puts it behind O'Leary and into the back of the net. And the horn will sound. We have reached the end of the third quarter. Chatham leads 14-2 over Pope John. We'll be back right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Lacrosse. Mike Forbesano along with you calling today's game as the Pope John Lions head into the fourth quarter, trailing by a dozen. Down to Chatham, 14-2. 5 goals by Kyle Gibney, 5 goals by number 4, Nicholas Lagunowicz. And sharp goaltending by Jean-Luc Marlin for Chatham. And that's all she wrote pretty much, first 3 quarters. Pope John getting goals from Peyton Fox and Sam Canetta. Canetta with a nice goal here in late third quarter from Mikey Ramirez. So Lions now going left to right on your screen. And Pope John going left to right and Chatham going right to left. Lions in their white jerseys with blue and gold trim, golden helmets, blue shorts. Chatham in their dark blue jerseys, white shorts, blue helmets. Infraction against Chatham, so it goes over to Pope John. A pass from Ramirez over to Travis Heller. Goes out of bounds. And Chatham will take over. Now, there's probably about, 20 more games to go in this schedule. we see this again, even once more, maybe twice, two or three, I don't think we're going to see it again. Maybe you see it one more time where Pope John's going to struggle against somebody. There's a lot of good teams out there, but none that are so much better than the Lions than, 14-2 score. Chatham, great team, but they got Pope John on a bad day. And if these two teams play it again, I think it'd be closer. But blowouts happen. They come across sports all the time. It happens. Here is Lagunowicz. Spars on him. The shot goes wide left. Grosso with the pass over to Allen. Now Leahy gives it to Gibney. Kyle Gibney working on Ramirez. Clock's down to 10:25 to go in the fourth. Now the pass by Leahy over to Grosso. Down to Lagunowicz. Charlie Dunn working his way in. The shot. Score. Top right corner past O'Leary. Charlie Dunn gets his name on the score sheet. The sophomore, number 5 for Chatham, gives the Cougars a 15-2 lead. Time of the goal, just under 10 minutes. It's a running clock. We're down to 9:48 and counting. 15-2, Chatham leads over Pope John. Well, you ask athletes all the time what would they rather would come back from. A game like this or a game that was like a 1-goal game, really tight, a devastating loss, like the Immaculata game a few weeks ago. And it's so much easier to come back from games like this. Because all you do is the final horn sounds and you put it in your rearview mirror and you forget about it. You take the lessons from it, you study it, but as far as the emotions of the game and how bad you may feel after losing a game like this, you forget about it. You put it in your rearview mirror. And that's what Pope John's going to have to do getting ready for Wednesday against West Morris. Here's Ramirez. When I played sports years ago, that's what I did. It would be a lot tougher losing a game 6-5 or 5-4, knowing that the mistakes you made led to that loss. But to lose a game like 15-2, 10-0, you know where you went wrong. And that's easy. Make the corrections, course correct. Life is all about course correction. And this Lion team, they'll course correct. And they'll get ready for West Morris on a Wednesday. Here's Ramirez. 8:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Action in front. Heller looked for the shot. He'll pass it off. Now Fox. Fox on the left wing. Fox being guarded by number 3, Lachlan Mahoney. Pass across. Oh, underneath the stick of Pillock. Goes out of bounds. Turnover to Chatham. 7:43 and counting. Oh, Michael Freeman will inbound for the Cougars. Now to Lachlan Mahoney. Pass over to number 21, Declan Leahy. Dunn will pass it over to Lagunowicz. Now Kyle Gibney. Those are 2 names you want to remember if you're reading about lacrosse the rest of the season, or even as kids move off to college eventually. Lagunowicz and Gibney. Those 2 players will make a name for themselves here at Chatham and eventually wherever they play college. Very, very talented offensive players for Chatham. Number 21, Declan Leahy. Now the pass to Ryan Grosso. Over to Quid Grosso. Will Allen. Back to Grosso. Allen will hang out near the midfield line. Pass over. Number 21, Leahy. Now to Gibney. Charlie Dunn, who just scored about 2 minutes ago. Coming in, the shot wide left. Saved by Quidgrosso. You've got Gibney now. The shot. Save! O'Leary. Wow, nice save. Gibney was looking for just inside the left post, and O'Leary gets his cross in front of it. Nice save. Now, Sledge would pass over to Heller. It was Bars, actually. Gibney with it on the steal. Kyle Gibney racing in. Pass to Dunn. Pops out of his cross. Scooped up by Anthony Schnabel. Schnabel, as he looked to pass downfield, the stick was tipped by Quinn Grosso. Quinn Grosso is the sophomore, and Ryan Grosso, the senior. I would say they're brothers, but you never know. I said the other day, oh, by the way, I said on the Newton broadcast the other day, Jack Gallucci, and then you had Joey Gallucci on Newton with the head coach Dave Gallucci. And I said, not related. It turns out they are. They're actually cousins. So, my fault. Thank you to Jack's parents, John and Jennifer Gallucci, for letting me know about that. My apologies. I looked at it and I said, oh, no, they're not related. They are. They are actually related, so. Just not brothers, obviously. They're cousins. Pass to the right. Ryan Grosso, number 15. Number 21, Declan Leahy. You see so many teams, so many of these teams, they have brothers, sisters, or a relation on the team and related. The girls' basketball team, they played Morris Catholic in the sectional final, and they had two sisters on the team. They were twins. They looked so similar. They're both very talented. Shot, score. Quinn Grosso, the sophomore, takes a pass in from Ryan Grosso, the senior. And it's 16-2 as I talk about relatives and so forth. Yeah, I'm trying to remember their names now from Morris Catholic. Both girls, so talented. But they were sisters, and, one had like 25 points and another one had 15 or 20. And the Lady Lions, they played so well throughout the season. An incredible overtime victory against Immaculate Heart Academy. But they went up against Morris Catholic, and Morris Catholic was undefeated. I think they finished their season number 1 in the national rankings. Mikey Ramirez wins the draw for Pope John here with 3:39 to go. So with the score 16-2, Chatham, the Lions looking to add to their 2 goals. Peyton Fox and Sam Canetta, the only 2 markers today. Ramirez over to Canetta. Now Hunter Perillo. Over to Gallucci. 3:12 remaining. Pass to Fox. Fox to Pillock. Fires high over the crossbar. Just under 3 minutes to go. I was waiting to see if Pillock would have an opportunity to extend. As I said before, he's scored in every game he's played, and he goes out now for Hunter Perillo. So this may be the first game he doesn't score. It's just fine. It happens to everybody. Travis Heller not scoring. That's a surprise. Heller has days he puts 6 on the board. It's been that kind of day. Ramirez to Gallucci. Shot, score! Nice goal by Jack Gallucci. Right inside the crossbar underneath and the top left corner. So, Gallucci, the 3rd goal of the game for Pope John. And with 2:05 and counting, Lions get on the board with their 3rd goal. They trail 16-3 against Chatham. Now, new goaltender in the game, too, for Chatham. Number 1, Will Davenport, Jr., is in between the pipes for John Luke Marlin, who played earlier today and played really, really well. Oh, Ramirez wins another draw. So here comes Pope John. You can see now with the backup centerman in for Chatham. Ramirez is winning draw after draw and draw again. Their main centerman gave him a battle all game long. And when you're able to win the faceoffs on a regular basis and set up your offense, it makes all the difference in the world. Here's Heller. Heller with the shot, and Davenport gets a piece of it. Minute 10 remaining. Here's Fox. We're down to a minute to go. Fox. Pass off to Canetta. Now to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez looking to work his way in. The pass to Heller. The shot. Save! Right into the upper leg area by Davenport. And then Perillo shoots wide left. Wow. Nice save by Davenport. He's limping a little bit, so got him right up at the upper thigh. Maybe towards the groin. If it was at the groin, that's a rough spot. 24 seconds to go. Number 14 with it. Tripp Connor. Tripped a little bit, so to speak. Play on words, I guess. Number 15 for Chatham. Ryan Grosser will slow it up. Pass it off with 5 seconds to go. Number 2 with it's Shep Boyd now. And there's the horn. And that's the end of the game with the Chatham Cougars going to 6-1 on the season, defeating the Pope John Lions. Final score from Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey. The Cougars defeat the Pope John Lions 16-3. With the loss, the Pope John Lions' unbeaten season is by the boards. They fall to 6-1. So this will actually make both teams 6-1. Chatham 6-1 and Pope John 6-1, just going different ways. It's one defeat, and now Pope John will flush it out of their memory, take the lessons they need to learn from it, and get ready for Wednesday, as they have a big first place battle against West Morris from Pope John High School. Wednesday afternoon, 4 p.m., the Pope John Lions 6-1 against West Morris for first place in the Waterman Division. Please stay with us after this game. In about a few minutes, we'll come on back on. The JV team will play Chatham JV right here at Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey. So, for everyone here, this is Mike Formasano saying thanks for joining us. Final score, once again, Chatham Cougars defeat the Pope John Lions 16-3. Have a good night, and we will see you on Wednesday for Pope John Lions boys lacrosse from Pope John High School against West Morris. JV coming up in just a few minutes, so come on back for that. Thank you.